Now the correct attire for fence building is loafers! Loafers is the way to go!
Woke up, told myself to push and never stop. I've been stressed out, watching both these hands around the clock. With my eyes on, trying to get the panorama shot.
These are some of the things we expect with summer.
What's going on, guys? Aloha, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, this thing we have here in process is the Lone Star Hawaiian Garage. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Hello, wifey, coming out and possibly ducking back her head. It's part of it now. Now, if you are new to the channel, the idea with this garage, now recently we relocated from the islands of Hawaii to beautiful North Texas, and we have an all new Lone Star Hawaiian Garage. Now, the idea with this garage is to build the ultimate car enthusiast garage. Now, that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I have an idea in mind. I think you're going to love it, but I do need your help along the way. That being said, if you don't follow me on Instagram, Lone Star Hawaiian on Instagram, keep an eye on those posts, shoot me DMs. I need ideas for the garage. I'm gonna depend a lot on your expertise and suggestions when it comes to building this garage. Super excited to finally get started on this. Now, as you see a little bit of tape here, we're trying to get an idea of what will work for this space. So the space here in the third garage bay is what I'm gonna call the sanctuary for a wonderful automotive addiction, which I have and I think a few other people have. I'm gonna call it disorder because everything's a disorder nowadays, but I do love cars and this is gonna be the sanctuary for it. The third garage bay will be the focal point. Need your help on what goes there. Now, in other news, guys, the Silverado is running cherry as always, but the headlamps. It sounds like from the numerous comments I've been getting, both DMs, Instagram, YouTube, you guys really like those spider headlamps a lot better than the modified stock, which we got in the truck now. So I've listened, it's gonna happen. The spiders are going back on, but we're gonna create a one-of-one headlamp utilizing the spiders that you won't see on any other truck. Super excited to start that. That'll be another video. Stay tuned for that one. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this kicked off by building a fence. In order to have the ultimate car enthusiast garage, you can't have all this crap just sitting in your third garage bay. So this lawn tractor that I do have, it's a smaller lawn tractor. You would think it would be able to fit in and out of certain gates, but believe it or not, I have one gate and one access point to my backyard, and it's right here, and it doesn't fit. So we're gonna take a hacksaw cut right here, right there, throw some hinges and latches, and we'll be good to go, right? Now, unfortunately, this is gonna be a lot easier said than done, and I've never done this before, so come along for the ride and possibly have some good comic relief as I struggle my butt off doing this today. All right, guys, I'm actually parking my truck there to shield my fence from view from the street because technically, according to my HOA, it's in violation if I am to change my fence in any way, shape, or fashion. So we're creating a shield. Well, guys, we're making progress. Slowly but surely, we had this massive storm just randomly blow in. You saw how hot and sunny it was earlier. This came out of nowhere. Now, the correct attire for fence building is loafers. Loafers is the way to go. Okay, back to the time lapse. reason behind this is I need to get stuff from the garage in the front to the back, and this is really important actually because one, my lawnmower didn't fit back here. I had to take my fence down every time I needed to mow my lawn, so that fits down here now. And also my truck, I can drive my truck from the front to the back until HOA yells at me and get some sick cinematic shots for you guys. I am blessed enough to have an acre lot here. This is a beautiful view, beautiful backdrop, some epic cinematic shots coming up because we can finally get into the backyard. So it is finally time to get to the garage. Let's go ahead and get cooking. It is time for the garage build. So this is a bunch of wood on the floor, which used to be an ugly shelf rack thing the previous owner built that used to sit in this area. Now, in order to build an ultimate garage but still be realistic, you got to utilize kind of what you got. So the idea is to clean up as much crap out of here as humanly possible, but utilize kind of what you really have. I've completely disassembled this because I'm going to repurpose a lot of this wood because I do want some type of rack, but to not clutter up any space. So what I'm going to do is utilize the wood here to build a shelving rack type of structure right here. Now the idea is to store this with aftermarket parts that come off the truck, the car, whatever it might be. When I'm making videos for you guys, I want the backdrop to be as clean as possible because it just looks so much better and so much more professional to keep everything nice and clean. But it's really hard to do when you live in a house and you have a garage. Now, if you are new to the channel, I'm just a normal guy. I work a normal job. I put in 50 to 60 hours a week. I got a son, I have a wife, and I got a mortgage payment like a lot of other people. So along with this being an ultimate garage, this is, hey, how do you as a normal person do something like this? And we are experimenting with this one, but I'm so excited to see what this garage has in store. So I'm asking for a lot of comments today on this video, but I need your suggestions here. Now let's go ahead and continue to try to organize some of this clutter and get it really out of the way by utilizing this wood here to build my shelves over there. So we got about 34 inches by about 32 inches. So let's go ahead and switch you guys to a time lapse and we can knock this thing out.
Told myself to push and never stop. I've been stressed out, watching both these hands around the clock. With my eyes wide, trying to get the panorama shot. Whole world getting blurry to me, answers getting lost. So I watch my back and keep it moving to the front. And remember that the world's yours, do it how you want. You've been waiting here for too long, think it's time for you to move on. Realize that there's real lies in these real times to be strong.
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes. Watching all this time slip by, now I realize.
All right guys, here it is all framed up. Went ahead and placed it in the corner before building kind of the exterior frame. That way I know it fits perfectly in there. Went ahead and reinforced the corners so it won't flex too much. Now is the fun part of utilizing spare wood. Again, the goal with this is to not spend a dime on this shelf. So use spare wood to build the shelves. Hi dog. Ready, set, go.
My whole life I'm forever grinding, waiting for my time to shine just like a diamond. When life is rough and I ain't with that funny stuff, use it all as motivation.
Good morning guys. This build went on late into last night. Turns out building a shelving rack, whatever you might call it, takes some time, especially when you're trying to use spare parts and not spend a dime. But happy to say, guys, check it out. Here it is. Didn't spend one dime on this, didn't use one screw that I purchased. Essentially every single screw and piece of wood on here came off of that old shelf, that old ugly thing that was sitting over there. We have now repurposed this wood. Check it out. So the design on this did change about 4 times while I was doing this. I initially wanted to do a square, just simple shelf, and then as I was thinking about it, when you're pulling a vehicle in backwards and you want to swing that nose over just a little bit, I didn't want anything to be in the way of doing that, so I thought of, hey, let's angle this way so you can swing the nose of the vehicle this way as well. So next up is paint. I'm gonna paint this a flat black. That's gonna match perfectly with the walls. I'm not telling you what's going on the walls yet. So let's drag this thing outside and start painting it. I think it's like 300 pounds. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to get out.
Watching time fly by might be the hardest thing I have to do in life. Frustrated that I ain't where I want to be yet, but I know that I'ma make it if I chase that check. Yes.
Flat black paint and just a simple paint kit there, which is gonna work. So Rust-Oleum, flat black.
I done seen the time go by for too many years now when the stars were aligned. Cause I done seen the time go by. Yeah, I done seen the time go
I've been
by.
waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes.
Woo! And painting's done. That took absolutely forever, but actually turned out really good. It's gonna get better as it dries because it's a flat black. And the parents came over, so we're gonna go for lunch. We'll see you after lunch. I'm hungry. And we're back from lunch. I am stuffed and, to be honest, sick to my stomach, but check this out, guys. All dried off, flat black. This turned out really good. Really happy with this. And again, using just complete recycled wood. Disassembled that ugly shelving, whatever that was over there. Reused all the screws, all the wood, and here we have the new fixture, which is gonna fit perfectly into this corner over here. Now, this is gonna be the fun part because again, this is all 2x6s and 2x4s. It's kind of really heavy, so I gotta move this over here. Now, eventually I will screw in through the shelving to the wall to mount it to keep it from ever falling over. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and place this over here. I still need to paint the walls. That's coming up very soon. And then I will also disclose we will be epoxying the floor. And it's gonna be all DIY. I am not hiring any professional help. We are doing it ourselves. This is an ultimate garage build, but more of a DIY approach. How can you, as viewers call it, do this yourself? And we're gonna take a crack at it. Again, never done this before, but I'm super, super excited to get started. So let's move this big old thing over here and go ahead and organize some of this stuff. But this turned out pretty dang good. Check that out. Oh, it fits perfect. All right, here it is, guys. My initial thought when I was putting this together was to simply square it off and just make a simple squared off shelving unit. But with that thought of swinging that nose over, it makes it really difficult when that sticks out. We went ahead and shaped it like it is. And actually the way this is shaped makes it look a lot more, call it modern. This is definitely a different type of shape. But this is gonna be perfect. Perfect size, completely out of the way. I'm gonna be able to store a heck of a lot on here. And on top of that, this is freaking solid. Like I said, 2x6s and 2x4s. Check out how solid this thing is. Beautiful. Yes. Oh, man, that turned out really good.
My whole life I'm forever grinding, waiting for my time to shine just like a diamond.
Oh my goodness, guys, that is so much better. Check that out. It's all loaded up. Got most of the stuff over here in this corner, and there is so much more room to work. And this is going to be the start of the garage build. I know this one wasn't necessarily super entertaining. I don't know about you guys, but it was hard work putting this thing together. But we've essentially built a heavy-duty shelving option for $0 and 0 cents because this was recycled from over there, including all the screws, nuts, and bolts, and all the wood was absolutely free because it was already here. And part of the reason for recycling stuff like that is to save money there so you can spend extra money here. Truck is back in the garage. This space is pretty much cleared up. That shelf is done, it's loaded up. Guys, I could not be more excited to finally start on this garage build. It is finally time, we have finally begun. Now this has truly been a dream of mine since I was little, just a little bit older than this kid. To have my own garage, to build it the way I want, and to essentially have the most enthusiast garage I possibly can. This is gonna be somewhat of a DIY type project, so budgets will be taken in mind. When you do see all these well-off people with those garages that are just mind-blowing, that's just a bunch of money thrown at the garage and professional contractors coming in and building it for them. But the idea of this garage is the DIY type person, a normal guy that works 50 to 60 hours a week with a normal job, has a son, has a wife, has a truck, but this is gonna be a normal guy building his dream garage, and I'm so excited you're coming along for the ride. If you're excited as I am, be sure to smash the like button for this video. Comment below any suggestions, comments, thoughts. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, Lone Star Hawaiian on Instagram, keep an eye on those posts because I'm gonna be regularly reaching out to you to understand, hey, what's the best options for the garage, for the truck, for all upcoming projects. I lean heavily on your expertise and knowledge and really what do you want to see, because that's really what I try to cater to. Now that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. We are finally cleared up. The garage build has begun. Walls, floors, lighting, truck, it's all upcoming, so y'all stay tuned. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Y'all take care, aloha, and enjoy the ride. Cheers!